Welcome back, everybody. Here we are for another Time Spiral Remastered draft. And yeah, let's jump in, see what we have. Alright, Bajuka Bog, probably not my first choice. Thelon of Havenwood is pretty sweet, right? Each fungus creature gets +1/+1 for each spore counter on it. Exile a fungus from a graveyard, put a spore counter. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a sweet first pick to draft around. Beyond that, Shivan Meteor is pretty cool. Just a big removal spell. And Risk Out, of course, if you want to do the Rebel thing. Blink's pretty good with a lot of stuff. Pendelhaven Elder actually not too shabby either. Even pumps itself, it's kind of nice. But let's grab this and see if we can't get the fungus deck going here. It is a little vulnerable. It's just a 2/2, but gives us something nice to jump into right away. And you know, I'm not necessarily married to this, but it's obviously a powerful card if you have synergies with it. Ooh. That's a good sliver. Char Rumbler, kind of a fun one. Negative power here. Let's see here. So I like Might Sliver a good amount. +2/+2 on slivers is obviously a big buff. So another Amber Scout, Mountain Silence, Ephemeron's pretty good. Strangling Sit's quite good. Kill a thing and then flashback. But I think I'll take the sliver just because obviously slivers and fungus don't necessarily interact very well, but yeah, they're at least in the same colors, so we're not likely to get a deck that's a perfect fit in either category. So this way we can kind of go half and half. And this is this is like the big payoff for your slivers, right? +2/+2 is a really huge buff. Ooh, Old Frame Tide Hollow, okay. Let's see. So right now we're in green. There's a Baloth, which is a good card, but it doesn't really fit exactly what we're doing. If we want to stick with these things, this just makes sprites. So we could jump into Sliver Watcher, or Watcher Sliver, whatever. Green, white, I think is the base for slivers usually, maybe with a little bit of red in it. The Saproling stuff is in green and white as well, so this kind of makes sense. I think the Baloth is a better card than this, but you know what? If we're gonna try to make this work, let's just cut slivers and see if we can get there. Oh, Magic Online's lagging. Are we gonna get the next pack or just sit here, I wonder? Uh-oh. I'm gonna give it a moment, but we might be looking at a MTGO restart here. All right, well, I'll be back in a moment, folks. Okay, so it looks like in my haste to get everything working, I forgot to unpause the video, or maybe I didn't pause it in the first place. Anyway, we're a couple picks deeper now. Picked up a few slivers, auto-picked the Glittering Wish when Magic Online crashed, unfortunately. But we're doing okay here. We just, we picked up a piece of fixing. We need a little bit of ramp to get these big slivers out, but otherwise we're doing okay. I think this is... Comments is pretty cool, but I'm going to take Wasp. This card's been pretty good for me. Okay, I'll probably take Evolution Charm here. It's mediocre fixing, but if we don't need the fixing, we can regrow a creature, we can give some flying, it's like fine. Virulent Sliver, not much of... Poisonous just isn't an ability that's particularly useful. Usually by the time the poisonous counters, the poison counters would kill them with this, you'll just kill them with combat damage anyway. Strength in Numbers is a totally fine combat trick. Char Rumbler, we're probably not going to be that heavy into red. Yeah, I'll just take the combat trick, that's fine. It's a late Reckless Worm. I don't know that we're going to have discard synergies necessarily, but... I mean, I'll still take it. Slivers have haste. Haste is cool, but a 4-mana 2/2 is like not very exciting. I'm actually gonna take the Ancient Grudge. It's a good sideboard card. Bizarre Spider, sure. That's a latent Tuco Shaman and actually a late Utopia Vow. These are both good cards, I think. I'll take the Shaman. And sure, Random Serpent. Okay, so this is likely not making the deck at this point, and we're kind of green-red right now. We have this one white card that we're looking to play for sure, but, you know, at this point we're just largely looking for slivers. I didn't take the 4-man 2/2 sliver because the rate on it's just too bad, but any of the, like, mediocre ability slivers, like this homing sliver, for instance, I don't know how useful the sliver cycling is going to be, but just the fact that it's a sliver is totally fine. Ooh, a Corsair of Crewfix? It's kind of fun. Let's see. So we have Bone Splitter is a good one. Lightning Axe is just a good removal spell. Riddle of Lightning, same thing. The Terramorphic Expanse. There's another Watcher Sliver as well. And of course, there's a Corsair. I mean, the card is pretty good. It's weird seeing it in the frame doesn't indicate it's an enchantment. Feels like this might not have been the best choice for the old border treatment, but so I'm between the Bone Splitter, Sliver, the Lightning Axe, and the Corsair. Corsair is just a really good value card. And then Lightning Axe is a really nice removal spell. We have the Reckless Worm to even go with it. Yeah, I think I might actually go with that. Hopefully we'll wheel one of the Slivers. Dryad Arbor, that's kind of fun. Not really what we're in for, but there's this guy. Put a Spore counter, gain 2 life. Okay. Probably take like Poultice Sliver here. It's a pretty mediocre one, but not really looking for a Mycologist, Lab Maniac, or Dryad Arbor, as cool as it is. Doesn't really do much for us. So I think I'll take the mediocre sliver. I could just take like Penumbra Spider. It's a much better card, but I want to try to go hard on these slivers and see if we can get there. Okay, this is a pretty good one too. Flanking's strong. Though that said, I might try to wield this. Like, if you're not exactly a sliver deck, you don't want this. Just a 1/1. And both Rift Bolt and Reckless Worm are quite good. So I might just take Rift Bolt here to have another piece of removal. And it can go phase too, which is not relevant. Let's see. Here's another Cycling Sliver, another Watcher Sliver. Those are both reasonable. Brute Force wouldn't be a card or would be a card I wouldn't mind having in the deck. Thrill of the Hunt, also some decent combat trick, but I think of these, I'll just take the Watcher Sliver. Whoa. This feels like it's late. I mean, I know it's a 6-drop, but this card is pretty ridiculous. I'm probably going to take it here. I mean, Sinew Sliver is really good for our deck. We already have a lot of top end, but man, this card's just busted. I'm going to take it. It feels like a lot of slivers are going around late, so hopefully we'll be able to fill those numbers. Here I could take Arc Blade. I could take another Homing Sliver. Again, this is not like the best of them. There's a Utopia Vow as well. I'll just take the Arc Blade. You know, I know I said I'd go hard in slivers. Now I'm taking like all the non-sliver cards, but okay, well, we've taken a couple of removal spells. Sudden Shock is pretty good, but I think I'll just take another Watcher Sliver here. I do need more cheap cards. I'm a little heavy on the 4 and higher cards at the moment. What's this thing? Copy a spell. You may choose new targets. It's not very exciting. I mean, I guess I'll take a Fortify. I don't know if I'll play it, but let's get in there. Okay, the Bone Splitter wheeling is great. Yeah, it looks like no one's in slivers. Both the slivers wheeled. Riddle of Lightning wheeled too. Maybe I'm wrong about this card, but it feels pretty good. But I'll take the one that buffs my guys here. So yeah, what I need now is more fixing and more things to do early in the game. But you know, we've got some removal, we've got some good sliver synergies going. We've got a random Atali, which I think this card's quite good. I mean, 6 mana 6/6 is a reasonable rate, and then when it attacks, you're usually going to get one spell for free. That's pretty good. Okay, well, I'll just take up a Number Spider here. I don't know if it's going to go main deck, but it's at least a really good sideboard card. I mean, it's a really powerful card. I just don't know if we'll have room for another 4-drop. We're already trying to play all of these slivers, so. We'll see, we'll see. Really hope the 1 and 2 drop slivers wheel. That would be excellent. We really need some early game here. I think the 1 drop has a good chance of wheeling. Again, people shouldn't want it if they're not in slivers specifically. The 2 drop is just 2 mana 2/2, so like people might grab it. Yeah, got 2 pieces of fixing. Could use 1 or 2 more, and again, ramp would be really good if we could find a Farseek or something. Edge of Autumn, I think, also works. Basically, any of those things that let us actually ramp and fix. I mean, Utopia Vow technically does that, but it's not really the way you want to do it. That said, I might still take this card. It's another piece of removal. Another Reckless Worm is, like, fine, but we don't have that many ways to discard at the moment. And, like, this can be removal, and in a tight spot, you can use it to ramp yourself as well, so I think it's fine. Ooh, I will take... Ooh, this is actually tough. Throw the Hunt's really good. This is a sliver, and I need slivers. But I think Thrill of the Hunt's better enough. Okay, Greenseeker. Solid versus another Evolution Charm. I'll take Greenseeker. That's a nice piece of fixing. Do I want all these Utopia Vows? I don't think I'll play a Thornweld Archer, so sure, I'll stick in the Utopia Vow. Oh, another Thrill of the Hunt? Okay, well now I'm sad that I picked the first one, but... Manifold Key. Untap an artifact or a creature can't be blocked this turn. That doesn't seem great. Radna. What is this? When attacks, you may add... Ooh, okay, that's quite good. It's ramp. And also, just solid creature. Let's reserve that one. Trample Sliver, not too interesting. And that's the only sliver in the pack, it looks like. What's this thing? Flash. Change the target of a spell to it. It has Madness. No, not really. 1/1 haste. Enters the battlefield for... Oh, that's kind of cute. Storm without storm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll take the Rada here. It's acceleration on multiple fronts. It's just solid little creature, so it seems fine. I'm reiterate, what is this guy? All slivers have Sacked, deal 1 damage. All slivers have Sacked, prevent 1 damage. Okay. I'll probably take this just because it's 2-drop sliver. It's a little awkward that it's gold, but still solid. Yeah, there's not a ton else here. Like, I would take a Brute Force or Halberdiers or an Evolution Charm, but those are all worse. So we'll take the 2-drop here. Yeah, none of the cheap slivers wheeled last time. I don't know if somebody moved in on the slivers that we weren't seeing before, or if they just went because they're cheap cards, but... Definitely have to make quite a few cuts here. Have to decide between Strength and Numbers versus Thrill, which is better. My leaning is that Strength's a little bit better by default, but ooh, Eternal Witness, huh? That's not a bad one. Darkheart Sliver, we're not quite in the market for Black Sliver, I don't think. Ooh, Gemhide, though. Okay, I will take a Gemhide Sliver. That's got to be better than Eternal Witness, even though Eternal Witness is great, obviously. This one's pretty good, too, actually, but I need the cheap ones here. So let's take Gemhide. Yeah, at this point, things that aren't slivers are going to have a hard time getting in there. And then Antiqua Shaman, the Reckless Worm. Reflex, okay, that's the haste one. Let's see. There's not a lot here I'm interested in, unfortunately. Like this, again, I'm not playing 4 mana for a 2/2 sliver. That gives my other slivers haste, and that just doesn't seem very good. I think I'll take this for the board. If there's some matchup where Mouse Spell's great, that could be fine. Okay, I could take this thing. Trample's not that exciting, but Petroglyphs, huh? Creatures no abilities get +2/+2. Well, that doesn't really do anything for me. Yeah, alright. Do I need another 6-drop in this deck, though? Don't have much in terms of ramp. I'll still take it. I don't know if I'll end up in the final cut, but it's okay. What is this thing? It's a storage land, and then yeah, like I probably take that. I could take Green Seeker again, but I have 3 pieces of fixing. I think this land's good enough. It can ramp us into some other stuff. A little slowly, mind you, but it can still do it. Cranial plating. Wow. That's a fun one. Urza's Factory is not really what I'm after. I mean, I'll take the Green Seeker now, I suppose. This really is better if you have Madness synergies, which we obviously don't. So this is just a way to like fix our mana. Oh, Edge of Autumn's good, right? Yeah. I will take an Edge of Autumn, I think. What is this guy? 3-mana 2/2, can't be blocked except by red and artifact. Okay. Then regenerate a rat, spider, and okay, no. I could take another Watcher Sliver. We have a lot of those already. I think I'd rather have the ramp here. Then I can pretty happily cut one of these things. Store in the okay. I can't imagine ever wanting more 6 drops, but let's take that 6 anyway. See if Primordium Reiterate. I'll take a Brute Force. We'll see if that makes it in. I certainly don't want to play this many combat tricks, but this would be a cool sliver to have, but we really can't play black mana, so what's this thing? Remove a time counter. Whatever, I'll take all the ancient grudges, I guess. Right, sure. You know what? This is it's not going to help us at all, but I'm taking this Wrathy Trapper because it's disrespectful that's in there. That's a late Wasp, too. And, okay, all the Green Seekers we could ever want. Okay, so this deck, like, kind of got there. We have a lot of slivers, and they all buff each other, but it's missing, like, a little bit of oomph, I think. We'll see how we do. I gotta cut quite a few cards. So I'll have to figure out what those are. So once we get into deck building, I can start thinking about that. So we have 2 lands. Let me grab those out of here for just now. So we got to cut about 4 cards. Let's group creatures separately. So let's see. I like every single sliver, I think, just because they're slivers and they buff each other. We have 2 wasps. Whoops. I guess maybe the trampoline could get cut. It's just not that powerful. Then as far as removal, we have Utopia Vows. Okay, so we have 4 combat tricks, 3 burn spells, 1 ramp spell, 1 sort of fixing spell, and then these 2 Utopia Vows. So I like Edge of Autumn quite a bit, again, because it can accelerate you in addition to fixing. Now, it does only work if you have 4 or fewer lands, but that's still pretty good. It'll work most of the time. And then late in the game, you can sacrifice land and just draw a new card. That's pretty good. So I'm good with that one. So then I also have Rada and the Gem Height Sliver. That's all pretty good stuff. So I'm going to cut either Evolution Charm or Green Seeker. And I think Green Seeker's probably worse, since this does have some other modes, whereas if you draw this late in the game, it's just useless. So let's dump that. But this is 15 creatures, which is a number I think I like. So I don't really want to cut creatures, which means I have to cut 3 spells, which is quite a few, but I could cut 1 Utopia Vow. I don't know. Card doesn't seem that bad, but given how late they're going, maybe I'm just wrong, you know? And then I have to decide the best 2 of these combat tricks. Throwdown having flashback is pretty relevant, but it's a small buff versus this gives trample plus X plus. I guess this doesn't always work, given that it relies on like high numbers and stuff. So maybe I'll go 1 big trick, 1 repeatable trick. Seems good to me. Then I like all the burn spells. Lightning Axe, even though you have to discard a card, we don't have like any madness or anything. It's just really efficient. And sometimes you'll just pay 6 for it and be happy with the result. And then Arc Blade, nice repeatable damage. Could certainly side this out in a matchup where it's not very good, but I think it's a good one to start. So we'll do that, put these 2 lands in, and add some basics. So obviously green has some of our fixing, so we're going to want a pretty high green count. And then as far as red and white, it looks like we have a bit more red than white and a couple of double red cards, so we'll want to focus more there. This sort of counts as both, but not really. It's a little awkward. We get 15 lands. Okay. So that doesn't quite look right, but let's figure it out here. So that's 8 green sources early, which I like well enough. And then an extra one late off the fungal reaches. And then 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I probably go for more of an even split here, I guess. Just to make sure I have all the colors. Let's combine, sort by CMC. Alright, well, we'll see how this goes. The deck certainly can be powerful, right? If we can get a bunch of slivers out and not get them killed, our creatures are going to be really big, but obviously our opponents are going to have something to say about that, so. But yeah, let's save this deck. I'll take a screenshot and see you in round number 1. Alright, welcome back. We'll be keeping this on the draw. Hopefully the Gemhide Sliver survives. If it does, we're in pretty good shape. If it doesn't, we could be in some trouble, but I don't think I can mulligan a hand like this based on that. Yeah, I mean, we could be off to a pretty insane start here, but again, if they just kill the Gemhide and we brick on white lands, we're not casting any spells, so let's hope they don't kill it. Alright, our opponent taking their sweet time here with turn number 1. Alright, we got plains. Do we have a 1-drop? We do. Uh-oh. The Sliver Mirror. It does make Gemhide worse because all of a sudden I'm ramping them, but what can you do? A flanking, whenever creature without flanking blocks. Okay, so that won't actually do anything because all the slivers will have flanking. Alright, yeah, again, I don't like ramping them, but we don't have much of a choice here. Nah, they had to kill for it. That's really bad for us, but hopefully they're not making much. Okay, good. They didn't go for more pressure, so now we have options here. Yeah, I'll just play the 3-drop here. Seems fine. The Sliver Mirror is going to be interesting to play for sure. I will block here if they have some sort of trick. That's fine. And maybe they just thought flanking worked differently than it does. And they thought this would be a trade. It is a confusing mechanic, to be sure. Oh, Sarah Avenger, that's a good one. And Suspend Rift Bolt, okay. Alright, Fungal Reaches is good. Rift Bolt hits for what, 3, right? So if I play Watcher Sliver, yeah, they mentioned that they don't know how flanking works there. So Watcher Sliver should save me from Rift Bolt, which is pretty great. And hopefully we can get Might Sliver down sometime soon. If we don't draw land, I'll probably go Cautery and then charge my land. Let's see what they do here, though. 5 drops scary. All slivers have Absorb. What the hell does Absorb do now? If source would deal damage, prevent 1 of that damage. Okay, well, that's probably good. I don't even know. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to make sure that I can do this rather than playing another Watcher. No, there isn't attack here, I don't think. I do need to kill the Sarah Avenger or otherwise beat my opponent down pretty quickly here. But we'll see. Okay, War Marshal's not too scary, especially given that our Slivers have Absorb, although it is going to make it tougher to kill them here. Let's put a storage counter on this. Homing Sliver. We don't have any of the Reach Slivers, which is really unfortunate. We have a couple of turns before we die. I think I just get Might Sliver down. I can maybe start attacking at that point. Let's see. Absorb. If source would deal damage, prevent once. These are nothing. So an attack is pretty good after I play Might Sliver. Like, they can block, double block with these two, but then I get to kill Sarah Avengers. That's obviously not great for them. Oh wait, this doesn't actually generate any extra mana with a storage counter, does it? Because I have to pay X to remove the counters. Or pay 1 to remove the counters. Hey. That's a little awkward. Yeah, that's not how I thought this works. Man, this plan's a lot worse than I anticipated. Okay, so I can't play a 3-drop and charge it, so I guess I just play another Watcher Sliver. Just hope to draw a removal spell someday. And Sarah Avenger really giving us the business. Don't imagine they'll be paying for that. Oh, they did? Okay, sure. Whatever. I guess they might as well. They don't have much to do with their mana, but... Uh-oh. Flash split second flying and buff swag creatures. Yeah, that's bad. I don't need them to have more flyers here. Alright, well, we just lost to Sarah Avenger. That's unfortunate. Okay. What do I want in this matchup? Penumbra Spider. Looks like it might be good. Another Utopia Vow. Probably not. I think I'll just bring in a Penumbra Spider over maybe one Watcher Sliver, since they have Slivers too, and it looks like toughness isn't going to be as important maybe in this matchup. Yeah, I think that's a fine change. I think I have enough removal that I can deal with for flyers, but I guess we'll see. I'd like to play first. I think I keep this. It's not an amazing hand, but let's get Rada, yeah, into play here eventually. Obviously, if we draw Mountain, that's great. If we don't, I'll just Evolution Charm for it. Sure, you have flanking on your Sliver. Plains, okay. Well, let's play a Plains, and then I'll Evolution Charm for a Mountain here. Oh, I should actually play the Forest so I could play Rada and keep up Thrill. That was actually pretty bad. 2/2 flanker, sure. Grab myself a Mountain. Oh, there's an Edge of Autumn. Maybe I just play that then. It's really for basic land card, yeah. Then try to get a Tali in to play a little bit faster, maybe. Although, if I can play Rada... Yeah, I think I like that. Since I screwed up and I can't keep up Thrill of the Hunt, I think I actually like doing this way. I'll just go get a Mountain here. We're taking a little bit of a beat down, but it's okay. Lots of flankers. So next turn we're going to go Rada, keep up Thrill to Hunt, and then try to play in Atali and hope that wins the game for us, basically. Okay. Ooh, that's interesting. I think keeping up Thrill is important enough that I don't want to suspend this Wasp, because there's a good chance they have a burn spell. I just want to be able to save this so I can ramp out the thing. I mean, they could just be mana screwed, but yeah, this feels like they have something here. It's gone. Bounce a thing for 3. Interesting. So that's a nice little exchange. We still have flashback on our Thrill, and their burn spell's gone. Certainly not blocking here. I don't want to fall victim to a combat trick or like a post-combat burn spell or anything. Though they might not attack if they don't have anything, but yeah, they will. That's fine. I'll just take it. Again, Atali should dominate this game, hopefully. Okay, well, there's a Sarah Avenger. I don't love it, but there's nothing I can do much about that, so it's fine. Well, I drew a land anyway, so I guess saving Rada didn't end up mattering that much. I could attack with it, but it feels like they might have something still. If I attack with it and they block, I'm forced to use Thrill. I think I'll just play Atali and pass here. Oh, of course I screwed up there. I should have tapped this and kept up the planes. I'm not playing particularly well at the moment. But oh well. On the plus side, I do have this Wasp to potentially block the Avenger on future turns. Hopefully this isn't like pacifism or something. It's a pacifism. Okay, well, that's bad. Just attack me with everything. How much is that? 6. Yeah, I don't really want to trade this for a 1/1, so I'll take it. Play my Wasp. Pass. Not doing very well here, obviously. The Bound in Silence on Atalia was a big problem. They don't really have great attacks here, I don't think. I get to play at least a 4/4 the following turn, something. Okay. Cautery Sliver. Sure. So nothing can sacrifice slivers to either deal or prevent damage, as can I. Okay. Let's grab a plains. And ooh, okay. They have more slivers than I do at the moment, so I think I'd rather just have the bigger body here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And their slivers having trample isn't highly relevant. I don't think I have any way to get rid of Bound in Silence, right? Let's see. Don't have any like bounce spells or anything along those lines. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So they can deal or prevent 3 damage with their slivers. This is getting weird. Okay, brute force isn't bad. For now, I'll play my watcher sliver. And we're in a bit of a stalemate here. Would love to be attacking with a Tolly right now, but that's not going to be happening. Oh, 4 mana. What is this? Oh, the flyer. Okay. It's unfortunate, but attack with everything? Holy moly. Okay, so they probably have their mass pump spell, I imagine. Well, I don't need to do anything pre-blocks, so let's just go ahead and block here. So they have 4 things on the ground. I have 3 blockers. So ideally, I'd like to block the 2/2 here, and then figure it out from there. So then I would be taking 7. That's pretty bad. I mean, I guess if they have +2/+0 to all their creatures, I'm kind of screwed either way here. Let's see. 3, 5. God, these numbers are just not where you want them to be. I think we do that. This thing's gonna have to chump. This thing gets to block that. Then yeah, whether I'm taking 5 or 7 probably doesn't make that much of a difference. Most pump spells will get there anyway, or burn spells. I guess I just do this, and I'm sad. I mean, these are at least profitable blocks for me at the outset, so let's see what happens. Yeah, it's just +2/+0, right? Yeah. Okay, well, we lost that one. Bit of a weird match. Mostly just lost to Sarah Avenger. But can you do? I'll see you for round number 2. Welcome back for round number 2. We're going to be on the play. Ugh. Alright, I don't think I can keep this hand. If we draw land, we play a 2/2, and then that's kind of it. Yeah, let's mulligan this one. I mean, this one's bad too, but I don't really want to go down to 5, so I guess we'll keep it. Obviously, having 2 6-drops in my hand is not where I want it to be. And no forest. I'm not going to suspend that. Don't really want to throw it at their face. Okay, sure. I mean, these are not doing much. That part's nice. No real reason to play that yet. So let's just play Mountain and pull to Sliver. They're going to counter it, sure. Oh, they're going to think twice. Okay. Well, we'll see. Pull to Sliver might be good in some kind of attrition-based matchup here, though. It might just die immediately. Read the bones. Okay, okay. They're drawing lots of cards. Would be nice if we either draw, I guess, like a nice 4-drop, or I guess lands or spells are kind of good at this point. Just need to not draw more 5 and 6 drops and we'll be fine. Well, they're having to discard off Read the Bones. It's not really where you want to be usually. Okay. Yeah, so we'll just go Fungal Reaches. Go ahead and attack. So you can't put more than 1 storage counter on this at a time, right? It's just 1 at a time, and then it eventually makes you mana. Yeah, maybe this shouldn't be in my deck. It really doesn't seem that good, but we'll play with it and see. Morph. Okay, I'll probably zap that while they don't have a ton of mana. But obviously depends a little bit on what I draw. Let's put a storage counter. Can't think of too many morphs where with a single blue they could dodge this Rift Bolt profitably. So I think it seems like a fine time to use it. And then we'll just start going into 6 drops. Probably want to play this one first, get the bigger body out there, and then give my stuff double strike afterwards, but... Right, not sure why we're stopped on me putting a storage counter here, but... Maybe our opponent just stepped away for a moment. I'm going to pause it. Alright, to let that resolve. Go into my turn. Okay, well, Utopia Vow will maybe be good later. For now, let's go ahead and cast a Rift Bolt. For 1, 2, 3. It was a Shaper Parasite. Alright, I'm glad I killed that one. Go ahead and smash, and then we can put another counter on the Fungal Reaches, which will let us play a 6-drop next turn, which is good. Even if we don't draw land, that is. Yeah, Shaper Parasite, quite a good one. Quite a good one. Alright. Still have a lot of cards in hand. Tendrils of Corruption to kill that. Yeah, sure. It's mostly fine. Go ahead and put another storage counter on. And go to my turn. See what we've got here. Okay, well, at this point I'd like to stop drawing lands, but this is still fine. Again, I'm going to play the larger sliver first. Rather give it double strike than just play the double striker down first, though. If this gets killed, I'm still going to play the Fury Sliver. Riftwing, just bounce it. Yeah, okay. It's annoying, but it's not like they're putting on a lot of pressure here, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, Thrill's fine. Certainly could be good with double strike down the road here. Especially since you have trample as well, potentially. So, granted, this doesn't pump power very much, but still. Bonded Fetch, okay. So you might have the Madness spell that just kills a creature, I would guess. Oh, no, they're just discarding a Prized Amalgam. When a creature... Huh, okay. I wonder if they're just playing that as a 3/3 or if they actually have some cool synergies there. They have a lot of cards in hand. I am a little bit scared of that. Rada. I'm like sort of thinking about using the Fungal Reach so I can keep up a green. It's super obvious that I have something if I do that. It's the only issue, but maybe I don't care. Because I could use this for 2 mana and then, yeah, play the Fury Sliver. But I don't imagine there's a ton they can do this turn. And like most of their removal is not going to be based on my power and toughness anyway, so I think it's fine to just not hint at the fact that I have a combat trick. Alright, well, they're slamming something. Oh, the tendrils, okay. Yeah, well, I guess the combat trick would have been good there, but what can you do? Still have a 3/3 double striker, that's not nothing. And they're still not putting on that much pressure, so. Okay, Wasp isn't bad. Let's go ahead and attack. All right, they're taking 6. I like that. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can play both my cards here. It's probably worth doing. Let's remove 2 counters. How much red the rest will be? Wow, interface. Okay. I don't need any red. Thank you. Okay. Let's play the Wasp. 2, 3. And play the Rada here. Interesting. They didn't loot. Wonder if they just forgot or if their hand's like insane or anything. Well, we're doing all right here. Let's see what they have. I imagine they have some madness with this fetch, but maybe it's just in there as a looter. Yeah, all right. This is Icar Slicks. They can kill a thing for -3, -3. Okay. So I'm thinking I'm going to bring in extra Thrill of the Hunt, given that they're actually playing Icar Slick and Tendrils of Corruption. Like, there's a lot of stuff they're playing. Yeah, even Shaper Parasite, where that combat trick could save us. Oh, Lightning Axe? That's interesting. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, I think I'm going to go to combat and then kill this with the Lightning Axe. Yes, I'm stopped on my attack step, so let's add that mana. Some May, yes, I would like to use the ability, then cast this with the kicker here. 1, 2, 2, 3. See what they have here. Some kind of counter spell is still fine. It's like a logic knot. Yeah, okay, that's fine. No, I will not be paying for logic knot. I mean, you still have the chump block here, so. Oh, well, okay, now they're just dead. Alright, so we're playing against blue-black control. They have a bunch of card draw, a bunch of removal, and multiple logic nods. That's an important one to remember about. So again, Thrill of the Hunt I think will be good against the removal, and just, you know, I mean, I guess Brute Force is equally cheap, but the fact that you can use this multiple times is pretty relevant, so I think I might make that swap. Let's see, anything else that I'm particularly interested in? I guess Utopia Vow looks kind of bad, given they have like a bounce thing. I mean, I could also bring in the Brute Force and just have more combat tricks. I could just bring in like a big 6-drop. Probably not. The Penumbra Spider isn't looking bad. It's obviously good against removal, and it blocks their flyers, which could be relevant. I think I might go with that. Just having more creatures, I think, is going to be better than bringing in an extra combat trick, because there's definitely going to be boards where we're just not going to have anything. So let's give that a shot. Oh, okay. I almost missed the Terramorphic Expanse and thought this was an auto mulligan. As is, it's not incredible, but I think it is keepable, and they've conceded. Odd. Okay, well, I guess we won that one. I'll see you for the final round. All right, welcome back to the final round. We're on the draw, looks like. I'm going to keep this. We have our Dust Wasp. We can play Watcher Sliver, and this is a hand we're going to keep Evolution Charm around for returning something from our graveyard, I imagine. Okay, that's not a bad draw. Pit Keeper is just a 2-1, sure. Let's go ahead and suspend. Not too worried about the Pit Keeper. We should get a 2-4 into play in short order and be able to block it here. Okay, they're going hard. Still, though, I'm not going to use a Lightning Axe on any of these creatures, so this is fine. Okay, Gem Hide's not a bad draw. I guess I'll keep up Lightning Axe just in case. Obviously not looking to block here, but I imagine they'll use a removal spell if they have one. Okay, they're paying Echo. That's probably a good thing. Unless they just have a cheap removal spell, and yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, well, it's fine. Poor Gem Hide's not really living very much here. Okay, so we're down to 14, but a 2-4 should be pretty good. Our Wasp is coming in 2 turns as well, so that's something. Discard a card to drain your opponents, sure. Okay, well, we stopped their assault successfully, that's good. Now I get to make my slivers even bigger. It's pretty nice. If we don't have anything else to do next turn, I might just Evolution Charm the Gem Hide back. It's not, like, the best, but it will be, what, a 3-5? Like, that's not bad. But we'll see what I draw here. Let's go ahead and cast that. Utopia Vow, not really that helpful. I'm certainly going to attack with the Wasp here. Get started on that. Okay, they have something. They're going to kill it. Alright. 6 mana to flash that back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I just bring that one back. So I'm going to pass here, hold up the possibility of a Lightning Axe. But otherwise, I'll just Evolution Charm the Wasp back. I mean, they can just flashback Soot to kill it, I suppose. So maybe that's not even good. It costs, what, 6? Yeah, I can maybe do better than that. Okay, here's a Sliver. That's good. Gonna drain me, sure. Ah. Madness, Dark Withering. Okay, well now there's a thing I'm going to want to bring back. Sure, that's dead. Okay, well that means no attacking this turn. And I'll Evolution Charm that thing back. Flying Haster, sure. Not that worried yet. Let's return to our creature. I guess I could have jumped something and blocked, but I'd rather get this guy back. Okay. Still don't think I'm going to attack quite yet. We're kind of under a lot of pressure here. Let's see what they discard at this imp. Probably will Utopia Vow the imp here. They have another Dark Withering? Come on. It's pretty gross. Didn't have enough mana to regenerate there, of course. Yeah, it's a problem. We're under a lot of pressure here. So next turn I'll probably go Utopia Vow, Watcher Sliver, and then try to axe the Siphoner here. After that. Now I draw the extra land. Alright. Yes, let's do that. Have very tough slivers. Not currently very strong, though. Imagine I'm getting drained here. Yeah, I'll have to kill that thing just so I don't get burned out, but... Oh, they have a second one? Come on. Getting foiled at every turn here. Alright, well, I'm pretty dead. Edge of Autumn. I guess I'll cycle it. Yes, now they drain me and they drain me again. I guess I have to do this, but it's obviously not good. Weird deck. Like, oddly aggressive. They have the Dark Witherings are obviously insane. Alright, so I need to draw something this turn. That's not going to do it. As cool as the card is. Alright. Getting owned by the Siphon Mage there. What looks good against them? Not that much, to be honest. I think I'm mostly fine with what I have here. The Utopia Vow is, I guess, a little awkward. They're not really... They didn't show me, like, huge targets. I mean, they have the Flyer, but I'm just going to put up a Number Spider, deal with that. And that's also nice against removal, so... Alright, let's see what we've got. Okay, this is good. I'll keep this. So I get to Terramorphic. Look at my list, because I don't have any double white cards, right? So I don't need 2 white. I guess Edge of Autumn can get whatever, too. So I can just get white with this, and then see where we go from there. Okay, so now I need to get either green or red. Do we have double green cards, actually? Just the Wasps. So I guess I'd rather get an extra red for now. Pass. Get to play Watcher Sliver into Homing Sliver. Okay, well. That decision didn't super work out, but that's fine. Stronghold adds Shadow. Ah, okay. That is annoying. Ooh, Might Sliver's a decent draw, though. Although they're gonna have their stupid Dark Withering, like, almost for sure here. Still, I think I do it. Just start getting in there. Discard my land here. Yeah, the rats are pretty cool technology. Oh, well, it's not a Dark Withering. That's actually kind of good. Can beat a 4/4. Let's see. So I'm definitely attacking. I'm definitely playing the homing sliver. I just have to decide what I'm doing with about discard next turn. If I'd rather play a land, there's not really a lot of point in doing that. So, well, I guess the point is it gets me a land for my 6 drops, which I have 3 of, versus just holding an evolution charm. We know they don't have a Dark Withering in hand right now because they would have played it. Killing Might Sliver is just like really, really important. So this is tough. I think I hold the charm. Oh, I can wait. I can Sliver Cycle this from hand. I didn't even realize that. I'm not going to right now, even though there would be some good slivers to pick up. I think I'd rather just continue to be able to just have a board presence, but okay, well, they couldn't beat Might Sliver there. That's pretty nice. Man, their deck is good, though. Could put in my own Reckless Worm. They're going to make me discard. Maybe that's good enough over something. I have the Lightning Axe for it as well. What looks bad against them? Not that much, honestly. Yeah, I think I'm fine. I mean, maybe I get the thrill. It doesn't look like we're getting into mixed scraps all that much, and their removal doesn't care about thrill of the hunt type stuff. So sure, let's do this. Could be really cute. Okay, well, this one's gonna have to go back, unfortunately. Okay, I guess I keep this. I think I just put back the brute force. They're down to 4 cards. Holy moly, okay. Well, I certainly feel a lot better with my opponent being down to 4 cards, but this hand could develop poorly still, so we'll see what they do. Well, that's a good draw. Let's suspend. They're just stuck on lands. They probably have like 1 turn to draw something here. Okay, they draw land and they have nothing. All right. Gem Hide will be good at some point. Let's start with the Sliver, go into Might Sliver and beat them down here, ideally. We're going to double hit it with something. Double dead. Okay, well, getting a 2-for-1 when my opponent mulled to 4 is something I'm very much okay with. Alright, well, still play Might Sliver. Kind of an unfortunate finish. So I don't imagine they're getting out of this one, but maybe they have something crazy going on. We'll see. Okay, they have a removal spell, sure. Well, I guess at that point I might as well play my cards. Go ahead and attack them. I'll probably cycle this edge next turn. Yeah, they're done. All right. Well, too bad for them. Sometimes you mulligan into oblivion. But yeah, managed to go 2-1, recoup some of our packs, so that was cool. I haven't gotten to play the big sliver deck yet, so that worked out all right. Weird mirror in match number 1, then the control deck that folded pretty quickly, and this opponent had a pretty sweet little madness theme going. But we managed to pull that one out. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you for the next one.